A couple weeks ago, I made this life-size dog animatronic that absolutely blew up. So today I'll be turning this walking cat toy into this crawling catnap smiling critter animatronic. I found this walking cat toy on Amazon that would be perfect for this project. It was a little bit pricey, it was $65, but it was the best option. It requires 3 AA batteries, which are on the bottom compartment. There's a switch on the bottom that allows 3 options, one of which is the off switch. To the right is the on switch, which allows it to wag its tail and lick. And to the left is the try me mode, which allows it to walk. I bought this purple fabric at Joann's, but then I realized I had some purple fabric left over from a previous project. It looks blue on camera, but it's actually purple, so this means I can get my money back. This cat had an appointment for AJ's grooming service, so I'll be taking a razor and shaving the hair down so that way it's easier to put the fabric on. Just like the dog day project, this was an extremely messy process. Now I'm gonna chop off its tail. I really hope PETA doesn't see this. Originally, I was just going to cut off the fabric that's already on it and use that as a stencil to create a pattern, but I decided to keep it on there and add fabric over it, that way it has some extra floof to it. This process wasn't too difficult, it's just hot gluing, then cutting, hot gluing, and cutting. It's just a whole process and I think it turned out pretty well. Now I'm just cutting a little hole to put the spring tail in. Now I'm hot gluing the legs and wrapping it around. Now trim away the excess fabric. To make the seams, I hot glue down the middle, then I pinch the 2 fabric pieces together, and then I trim the rest away. It creates a perfect little seam. I bought this 7-inch long zipper from Joann's. So obviously this is going to be the zipper that's on his stomach, but it will also allow you to unzip it and change the batteries and turn it on and off. As you can see, I added fabric to the front as well, just doing the same method as the back. To add the zipper to it, I'm cutting a little gap down the middle. Now I'm hot gluing the edges of the zipper underneath the fabric. I thought I'd take a moment to thank you guys for 100,000 subscribers. That is an incredible milestone. I've been doing YouTube for about 9 months as this is being recorded. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much. There's going to be more videos on the way, and I appreciate all of you supporting my channel. Thank you guys so much. To make the tail, I'm hot gluing a piece of fabric and rolling it over, making sure there is a little gap in between, because I'm going to be sticking some cotton in there. Now trim along the seam. Now stuff the whole tail with some cotton. To add it to the body, I'm hot gluing it onto the spring. And to close up the other end, I'm tucking it in and hot gluing it together. Now you got yourself a tail. Now I printed out a photo of his adorable face and cut off his ears, and I'll be tracing it onto a stack of foam I hot glued together. In the last video, you guys didn't believe I could draw so fast, but this is me cutting and this is not sped up. Now that it's all cut out, I'll be trimming it to the right shape. I cut out his mouth and eye holes from the stencil, and now I'm just tracing that onto the foam. Now with an X-Acto Blade, I'll be cutting 2 layers of foam out from the mouth. Now, give him his mustache. I mean muzzle. Bazinga! As you can see, I made the little indent that's on his mouth. Now I'm cutting out the eye holes. I split the head down the middle, and I'll be cutting out a little hole on the back of it. That way I can slip that head in. Now, to carefully rip its face off. Now hot glue the 2 parts back together. Now here's a test run of it with the head on.
I'm walking here! I'm walking here!
Hi, how are you?
I lined the mouth with this black fabric. And the same with the eyes. Now I'm hot gluing on the purple fabric. This type of fabric is called anti-pill fleece, and it's really stretchy, which helps a lot to avoid wrinkles. Now I'm trimming off the extra fabric. And now I'm cutting a hole where the mouth is. To make the overlap look purty, I'm just curling it in and then I'm hot gluing it on. Do that same method but with the eyes. Now I'm just hot gluing the rest of that fabric on. Here's how the head looks with all the fabric on it. Now I'm just sticking it on that robotic head. Now I'm tracing the ears onto a piece of foam. Then of course you want to cut that out. And of course you want to make the other one. Now take another piece of foam and hot glue it onto the ear and make a cone shape, as you can see. After it's dried, just trim the rest of it off and you got yourself an ear. Now do this process twice and you get 2 ears. Then add some fabric on it and then paint the inside this violet color. Once they're all dry, put hot glue on the bottom and carefully place it onto the head. I added some purple fabric around the neck. Now I'm just placing the head on. I made his cute little nose with air dry clay. Now I'm just hot gluing it on. For the eyes, I'll be using those LED lights that I used for my Dog Day animatronic. The camera makes them look blue, but they're white. So to fix this and to get rid of those 3 dots, I'll be sanding it down to make it a little bit more dull. I already put one in there, but you cut a hole in the bottom of them and stick them in. Then I took a black paint pen and just added the pupil. He's got paws that extend out, so I made a stencil, then traced it onto some fabric. After you hot glue them together, add cotton inside of them. Now hot glue it onto the arms. His paws are a darker shade of purple, so I'm just adding some black paint to him. For the moon, I sketched it onto some foam, cut it out, painted it yellow, and added some black detail to it to make it look all withered. Then I hot glued it onto the zipper. Now for the fun part, I'm actually adding some black paint, making it look all withered. He's got some scars along his body that show what's underneath the fabric, so I'm just cutting the fabric away and revealing the foam that's underneath. Then I'm just adding some black paint to it just to give it some detail. He's got one on the mouth as well. Now I'm just taking a random piece of wire and hot gluing it onto the eye. I absolutely love how this turned out. I think he's super adorable and the way it walks is just so cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.